This is the year that Fink beats the stomach.
Welcome to Fink Beats the Stomach, our bi-weekly take of the world of competitive eating. I am Mike Sullivan.
And I'm James Splendor, caught off guard at the beginning of the episode.
I thought you were reacting to... I felt a little caught off guard, even though I'm the one pressing the buttons.
That was early into the music run, but I liked it.
Here we are. I don't know if I just said this, but episode 89.
Which we always do a year bit, but was the year of your birth, 1989.
The year of my birth.
Cheers.
So, cheers to that.
Cheers to 89 and cheers to number 99, the great one.
Cheers to 99.
For all our Canadian listeners out there.
Yeah, dude, I was up in Toronto last week. It seems like forever ago.
You've already dropped some of the second tea. They've gotten to you.
And turns out that Wayne Gretzky makes number 99 Canadian whiskey. It's pretty good.
Yeah, truthfully, this is really good.
When I bought it, I was like, okay, this is going to be this gimmicky, not that good, but I'm going to buy it for the bit because I know, James, obviously you're a huge hockey fan. But I am enjoying sipping on this.
As always, because if you listen to the show, you know no one's paying us for this. No one is paying us to say this.
Wayne is not paying us.
Yeah. Well, Wayne, I know you're listening. Not competitive eater Wayne Algenia. Am I saying that right?
Yes,
Algenia?
you are.
Wayne Gretzky, the great one. This is really good.
Yeah, it is good.
It's delicious. It's good to drink. It's nice and like crisp and clean.
And almost
Smooth,
sweet and smooth.
Yeah.
It feels like more of a dessert.
It is an inviting whiskey, which is the way they describe it.
Yeah, I really like it. So I don't know if you can get it stateside. I assume you could probably get it somewhere, but if you're definitely over the border, pick up a bottle.
No, you could only trade it to Los Angeles. It's actually part of it.
That's the only way. So call Leslie Ryder. She'll get it in for you.
There's a whole press conference. There's a whole Wayne Gretzky bit.
30 for 30. It's a whole thing. But we're not talking about 30 for 30s. But we are talking...
I'm all over the place.
Please.
We should talk about 30 for 30 real quick.
Yeah.
Because we did talk about it in our last episode.
We did.
And we got a huge shout from Rachel about the episode. I went back and listened to some of it after that and have thought a lot about it. I know. We should almost cut that. I don't want anyone to know I'm on wax
tape now,
saying that. And I thought a lot about that episode, and I'm so proud of, one, the movie in general, and two, that we do episodes like that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the movie, and I really enjoyed the conversations it's sparked between us and you and Kate, and then the three of us. And I hope we'll spark more when the public sees it too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also very proud of that episode, which you guys can check out, episode 88. It's also, if you just want to listen to that, it's on our YouTube channel. You can skip right to it. But I am so excited for everyone else in our life to see it. The fans of competitive eating, the other eaters, and our friends and family, I think, that are not necessarily competitive eating fans. We forgot the clock.
We'll be a couple minutes long.
For them to comment on it, and I'm sure this conversation that conversation will continue.
And I feel like we could probably get a bunch of I feel like specifically family to watch it. My folks would watch it.
My parents are psyched to see it.
Yeah.
I was talking to them about it.
I know. So I mean, another familial fan. I hope she's still listening. My cousin Kristen. I feel like her and her husband Bobby would love this. So I love that there's a chance we'll be at a family event being like, yeah, and then Kobe, man.
Can you believe what Joey's doing? Joey Chestnuts is doing in his training?
Yeah, that's good. My dad might call me if he sees that. He's gonna love it. So that's gonna be really exciting.
Absolutely. Well, how are you doing before we move into?
We don't normally do very special life episodes of Fink Beats the Stomach, but we've been busy, man.
Very. We were supposed to record this last week.
Yeah, this is the first time we've been late in a while.
Yeah, and because of my trip, and I was feeling a little sick, and there's just a lot going on at work. We pushed it out.
We did, but for good.
Both of us have been very busy, I think, at work, but I'm glad we were able to secure this.
Yeah, and we made up for it by bullshitting for 3 hours when I got here. I've been here a while, so it's been a good...
And we had to catch up.
We did.
It's the best thing about doing the show is that we get to regularly catch up with each other.
Could not agree more.
Off camera.
So how are you doing on mic, then?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting over cold, flu. I don't know what I had.
Didn't sound good.
No, so I apologize if I get into a coughing fit during the episode. Hopefully
I'll take
it'll be
over.
okay. I think the whiskey's helping out. Thanks, Wayne. Yeah. But dude, I've been good, and I say this all the time, but I am so excited about the world of competitive eating, and qualify that statement because we were just at a MLE contest.
Now, do you think that Emily got you sick?
No.
Now that I'm thinking,
I
because
think
this is going to be a
Toronto
talking
got me
point.
sick. I think Toronto got me sick, to be honest. But
with that crisp, beautiful air, they don't even pollute up there.
which we will get in. Oh, in Toronto, but yeah, because maybe
they pollute for sure on Long
Long
Island.
Island. Maybe I can see where you're coming from, but we were just at a contest.
Yep.
I'm going to be emceeing a contest next weekend,
Another one.
and then another one the following weekend.
Another one.
I'm also then, as a fan, going to be heading up to. So sorry, I'm emceeing Canteen Sandwiches,
Business travel.
MLE Business Travel, which I'm psyched about because the small town contest. So I'm excited to get into that with you. And
If only I knew
firsthand.
what we were going to really kick open with that one.
Then the following weekend, I'm going to be in San Diego for the Salvation Army donut eating contest,
Which is
for National Donut
Bellissimo.
Day.
That's a good one.
Which is going to be great. Third year running the contest.
Where's Donuts?
Donuts, hosted by Hostess, will be in Austin.
Whoa,
Which
nice.
is interesting because last year was the first year they did it, and it was in Philly. Now they're moving it to Austin, so I don't know.
Second-tier cities of the country.
Yeah, I don't know corporately what Hostess has going on in Philly or Austin. Maybe nothing. Maybe they just want to kind of move it around.
They're both cool cities. I mean, all this Philly talk I've said.
Yeah,
it's
so
still good.
both will be on Friday because it's National Donut Day.
Of course.
Not this upcoming Friday, the next one. So
It's a real missed opportunity from IHOP. With National Pancake Day is like probably the only food day
I don't know if IHOP's ever done.
that I really think of. Yeah, maybe they learned the lesson the hard way from like that girl in wherever it was, like
Jersey.
Massachusetts, Jersey. Maybe pancakes are just like a step too far.
Yeah, it's true.
They're too
That's
doughy.
true. Yeah, it's tough. It's
Anyway.
tough. Then Kate and myself will be driving up to Rhode Island to the pretzel eating contest.
That's right.
Barley something. I don't know. It's a restaurant up there, which Thomas, Kate's brother, my brother-in-law, he lives up there. He's excited. He's been to the restaurant that is sponsoring the contest.
Of course he has.
So he's psyched up about that. And as a surprise, I'm going to be heading out to Lake Tahoe, not to MC, but to help out with some of the judging and coordination of the event for the World Hooters, the return of the World Hooters Chicken Wing Eating Championship.
That's an exciting one. As you know,
Very.
I feel like I've said this recently on Wax on the show that I love to see Hooters back just because of the sort of the rise that comes along with that contest. You're all eating all the time here, man.
I'm psyched.
As am I for you.
And I say this during contests sometimes. I'm a fan of competitive eating first, so I'm really excited to.
Journalists.
Well,
first.
I was a fan first, then a
Oh,
journalist, now an official.
This is like you ever see like those shitty like football T-shirts for like high schools? It would be like God, country, football. Like that's what I feel like.
Fan, journalist, official, corporate sellout. So I'm psyched up, and as I always joke, it came up with George Chigger, which we can use as a segue.
Mwah.
I never know what's going on with Major League Eating. I often have eaters and even other people ask me like about, oh, is this thing coming back? What's going on with this one? I literally know nothing. I usually find out about, like I just found out today, like the full roster of who's going to Canteen next week. So
Which, can you say on the record?
I think so. I'm sure it'll probably be released on.
We got a lot to talk about. I don't necessarily need to make you do that.
But it's going to be fun. Like I say, what I will say that I'm excited about is Gideon OG will be returning, the returning champion, and Joey will be flying out.
Josh Chestnut?
Joseph Josh Chestnut, who's not at the first annual.
Wow.
Now seeing Gideon's success and the hype surrounding the Canteen Sandwich, the local contest, the number one ranked competitive eater is going to go. And very famously, the same thing happened at the World Kale Eating Championship. Ooh. Kale, yeah.
And we all remember what happened there, Mike. Even I do.
I announced Joey as the winner.
That's not the point.
Gideon was the winner. I Steve Harvey'd it. But Gideon ended up still, even though Joey came for year 2 to challenge Gideon still won the title. Will it happen again? We'll see. So much happening, and I'm psyched that I'll be able to give some firsthand accounts.
And also, you may actually make it so that we get a stream because you'll be there.
Yes, I'm going to do my damnedest to get a stream. That's for sure. So a lot going on in the world of competitive eating. A lot more to come between now and our next episode, and so on and so forth. So again, we were live in attendance at the Nathan's Famous qualifier that was held in Central Islip, New York. at the Long Island Ducks game.
So I'm just looking. This was now almost 2 weeks ago.
Yes, this was on May 9th.
So this was right before Long Island Ducks facing off against the Maryland Blue Crabs.
The Maryland Blue Crabs.
Which
And James, for those, like, people are asking, like, who are the Long Island Ducks? I think the common thing is, oh, what are they, just some, like, minor league team?
no.
What kind of team are they?
They're mostly just like ex-Mets or kids of ex-Mets, which is like my favorite bit. Like
Cousins of X-Mets?
Right, like if you knew somebody who was like once on Pix 11 in like the 90s, you get on the team. But they're an independent. They're part of an independent baseball league, so these people can make it to the pros. Sometimes they're on their way out. Sometimes they'll never make it there. But this is not a farm system. Like this is entirely separate from what you know from baseball. But it also opens up a lot of interesting like opportunities for people who are like not on that path. But like
Correct.
it's fun. Like it's a great thing. Not unlike the local contests, it's a great thing for like a small town to really get behind.
Yeah.
Like the people love the Ducks, which
People
we
love
found
the
out when
Ducks.
we were out there.
Yeah.
I didn't even really fully understand it until we went out there.
So, had you ever gone to a Long Island Ducks game?
Probably like 15 years ago.
So you have at least
Yeah,
gone
but
to a
it's
game.
because I used to have one of the like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they
the
make
quackers.
Yeah, the quackers. But that's probably 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, growing up, I went to a handful of games.
Yeah.
But they have and I mean, there's a whole story that I won't get into where like my dad and I would go for like a funny there's a whole like kind of funny thing.
And that's the nice part about it. Like,
So I have a lot of fond memories.
yeah.
But even more so when I moved to New Jersey after college. I lived right by the stadium for the Somerset Patriots, which is a New Jersey-based
It's actually
team.
kind of where my heart lies more.
The Patriots. And so they were in the same league. They were one of the 8 teams that are in the Atlantic League, this independent league.
There are teams like I didn't really think about the fact that like the Sugarland Skaters come from Texas for these games.
Yes, that's the weird thing.
Who is bankrolling them to come from Texas?
Because you have the Patriots in Jersey, you have the Ducks on Long Island, you have Maryland Blue Crabs. There's
A team in Pennsylvania, I think.
Yes, the Lancaster Barnstormers.
Yeah, your memory for stuff.
There's
is
the
hilarious.
Bridgeport Bluefish, which I believe is Bridgeport, Connecticut.
I'm looking up the teams.
And I'm forgetting one, and then the Sugarland Skeeters. So basically, all the teams are Northeast teams, and then you have this random team in Texas.
Right.
But again, it's super fun. Again, I lived over in Jersey, and it was the perfect like happy hour spot.
Well, there are too many leagues. I can't figure out which one.
It's called the Atlantic League.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. A Somerset Patriots fan.
All right, hold on. So
Jeff Nettles.
Lancaster Nettles, the York Revolution.
Yes, the York Revolution
in Pennsylvania, the High Point Rockets from North Carolina.
They're a new team. That's a new team.
2019. Yeah, first year. And then the New Britain Bees are also new.
Those are also new.
And the Somerset Patriots from '98, Bridgewater, New Jersey.
So who are they? So the Bridgeport Bluefish are gone.
Yes.
And there's someone else, but I don't know who.
So this is it. So
I can actually.
this is maybe terrible podcasting. I don't know.
I can pull it up at least.
But so super long story short. Oh, because there's a bunch of teams. Yeah, the former teams list is longer. It's pretty long. There used to be a Newburgh team. Oh, the Newark Bears were for a while. But anywho, this.
But I mean, look at this
Camden,
map.
Bridgeport.
Like.
Yeah, and then so, Sugarland Skeeters are most famous for one Roger Clemens playing for them.
Yes,
which is,
I got to see him pitch one game.
but like that made sense because it'd be like, okay, cool, like bring this guy around, like people will come. But like, do the other teams? There's no way they play in Texas. They just don't have the money.
I mean, they do go. I mean, they do play. Sugarland Skiers play home games, so there's.
That's amazing to me. I'm surprised that they even go as far as
They do
North
like
Carolina.
the bus trip, like League of Their Own style.
I think
and
so.
they're just
There's
like-
no way they fly
they're
these
like,
guys.
ugh, we gotta go to Texas
Yeah.
like for the series. But yeah, it's just crazy. You look at the map and like they're just so centered around here. But
So anyway, that was a tangent of the highest.
anyway, so I was psyched to go out there.
as was I.
And also, and I don't have it written down, but there was a qualifier, a Long Island Ducks qualifier back in like 2006 or 2005.
Which
Like
I mean, it makes perfect
way
sense.
long ago. There hasn't been one since. So there's even a little bit of history involved in Long Island Ducks and Nathans, which is cool to see. Getting right to the results, Jeff Esper qualified with 47 hot dogs and buns.
On a cold 47.
A cold, balmy, windy day, 47 hot dogs in 10 minutes, and Laurel, the real deal Melee, ate 18 hot dogs and buns, qualifying for the women. On the men's side, you had George Chigger, the Smorgasbord, 29, Eric Bedlin's Booker with 22 and a half.
Also, I could not be. I mean, I know Esper is not one to really chit chat, but couldn't like three of the nicest guys in competitive eating at one contest.
Yes, it was a lot of niceness and one.
Just a lot of, hey, how you doing?
But James, to that point, it was tough eating conditions, I would say, for everyone involved. Tough emceeing conditions for one Rich Shea.
I mean, he had the vest.
He had the vest underneath the blazer.
But one of my pet peeves in competitive eating is the slow dog. The dogs were slow.
Dogs are slow.
But the
dogs are slow.
But looking at having to eat those, even I was like, I wouldn't even have a hot pretzel because it was too cold. I had to wait.
Well, you couldn't have a hot pretzel.
Yeah, I had to have a cold pretzel. And the lines. Jesus. I forgot about the line part. No, but that had to be that was legitimate. Like they had to be terrible to eat because it was just nasty and cold. But as much as people loved the Long Island Ducks, they loved the hot dog eating contest. There were probably 20 or 30 people, maybe 40.
Yeah, I think there was a little. I would say 50.
I would be happy to say 50. I mean, I was trying to play it cool. The people were psyched. So to me, the really cold part makes me think that all of these people are going to be higher the next time we see them eat.
You feel like the weather would have had a thing. I'm going to play a little bit of a video. No,
the footage is good. News 12 was really all over it.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, Jamie Stewart. She's one of the best.
Oh, yeah? You know Jamie Stewart?
I know.
I think Jamie Stewart's a guy, actually.
Damn it. I was like, damn it. I feel like I've heard the name, but I certainly don't know Jamie Stewart. And I'm sure it is. Oh, there's a couple of disgusted faces. People of Long Island were a little bit, I want to say, snobby about it.
They're like, oh, ew.
I was like, dude, you have 4 teeth, and you're smoking in next to your kid in a freaking ballpark. Don't a lot of oh, there's a toilet back there.
Yes, there actually was a lot of that. There was a lot of that.
Come on, guys, what are you out here judging for? So that's whatever.
But I did like that they were able to big up Badlands as a local Long Islander, even though we know he's Queens, born and bred, but
he's been in Selden a while.
But he appreciates Long Island. That's Jamie, I think.
Damn.
So
I got it wrong. I went for it.
So that was good. From Rich was able to big up the crowd. One of the Ducks competed, which I believe is Roderick Bienviaje. But
no.
Oh yeah, because that kid actually only ate 7.
Yeah, no. Roderick Bienviaje was.
Was it this kid? Was it the Massapequa kid?
No. It was the guy at the end who Rich was obsessed with.
The guy at the end.
He literally called him a table ender, which no one got but us.
Yes,
and then got obsessed with him when he started crushing it.
And he ended up eating 19. So
that's a
that's.
Lot. Yeah, this kid, they all knew.
He ate 7.
It was the
6.
nettles of this. They were and this is a great thing about a small town team and specifically a baseball team in a sort of a minor league setting. Was that everyone was let's say his name was McNamara or something. It was something. It wasn't, but it was, and everyone was talking about him they know. They're Mac, he just wants to eat the dogs.
Come on, Mac, keep going.
And they were all obviously you have to they were signing balls and glad end and stuff. But everyone was he's just trying to get lunch. Mac, he's always out here talking. And I was I don't know if you're his brother or a stranger, and that is really.
Are
funny.
you ribbing this kid?
Right.
Did he lose a bet?
But he was a local celeb that everyone really felt they knew, and that was fun. That was fun to watch.
It's funny you say that because I remember being at the burrito contest for the Denver Outlaws, the lacrosse team, and the player that they made eat in the contest lost a bet. Basically.
Right.
They were just oh, you have to go eat.
And it's just all right, what the hell, why not?
So one of the questions that I got, I won't call out any names for the people who are trying to get some information, but I know one, I think 2 different people in the competitive eating world were saying, do you think that Esper, was it the slow dogs, or did Esper really go his hardest and he was only eating 47?
Wait, so as in Esper?
Did he pull the brakes?
Oh,
or was it the cold?
I think it was the cold. Because also, this is not really pulling the brakes. If he didn't practice for 1 week, he goes from his personal best of 51. Thank you so much for the research, Mike. Down to 47. I mean, it's not he won with 37.
But I guess the question is there an upswing for Esper on the 4th of 60?
Oh, that I get. Now I see.
or at least like 55.
I would set his over-under at 54, and I would probably take the
Interesting.
over.
I would take the under on 54.
Yeah? Gentlemen's agreement.
Yeah.
Which obviously, we don't condone unless you are in the state of New Jersey, the municipality of Las Vegas, an island off the coast, or anywhere else essentially on the planet except for America somehow. We don't condone illegal gambling, so that's a gentleman's agreement.
Gentleman's agreement. But no, it was great, to see Esper, who will have one of the highest qualifying numbers on the circuit. Obviously, it's always amazing to see guys like Chigger and Badlands.
Yeah. And they both. I mean, Badlands, he seemed disappointed in the number.
Yeah.
Chigger, I think he had the right attitude going up against Esper, which is like, I'm just not there yet.
And they knew, I think it was Chigger specifically was like, I'm here because it's not that hard for me to get to the contest, and it's a practice run that essentially he doesn't have to cook the dogs, he doesn't have to clean up the dogs. It's in a true setting, a true contest setting.
Yeah, you kind of getting your heart racing a little bit more.
Yeah, so he knew going in that this wasn't going to be his qualifier.
And, we talked about Laurel, which also is a good number, I think, to see Laurel doing cold dogs.
Yeah.
Early, presumably not training her hardest yet. Cold dogs, good for Laurel. But two ladies that we were really rooting for, Jules Goldberg and Prudence Benedetto, we were promised to see Prudence again. I don't know if we'll see Jules again.
I have heard that we will see Jules again.
So, fan faves as far as we're concerned.
Yes.
And it's amazing we have not mentioned that Crazy Legs Conti was in attendance.
Yeah. So where do you want to go? The females or the let's?
Well, I want to go down the Crazy Legs Conti as trainer. A real Creed situation as far as I'm concerned.
So what is Crazy Legs' connection?
So Crazy Legs Conti is a man about town.
He is.
So he has many family friends and otherwise who we just sort of run into as you meet Crazy Legs. This is how we met Jules, through Crazy Legs at one Professor Tom's, and he is really has been training her into shape. So was at the contest, being his normal self, wearing wearing Badlands fanny pack for a short while.
He was also wearing a Captain Marvel leather jacket.
And
I don't know if you got.
And had a hardcover book that he has from the library. So just so on brand, just being full early too, Crazy Legs. But so he's been training Jules. It was a huge proponent and coaching her along the way, and had a lot of sort of love from her.
Big time.
Coming up. This is
89.
This is a very special episode. So him as trainer was fun to watch, and Jules clearly has been improving. Slow dogs again, but I think was happy-ish with her number.
Yeah, and I mean, it really can't be stated enough what you had said about when you hang around Crazy Legs, you end up just meeting these random people. Yeah. And exactly, Jules is as far as I know, her backstory with Crazy Legs is that she's a regular at Professor Tom's. Right. Crazy Legs also a regular at Professor Tom's, also a semi-regular bartender at Professor Tom's.
See him at Professor
Jules
Tom's.
is getting her PhD.
Sure,
she's like, yeah, I just want to try out the contest. So she has been training. I agree with you. 7 on a day that's probably pretty tough. To eat. So we'll see. But then on the flip side of the coin, we had Prudence Benedetto, who a veteran in terms of involvement in the sport.
Yep.
And we were honored enough to have a quick car ride with her back to the train station.
Such just a delight.
She really is a delight. She really is a delight. And, I appreciate that she kind of shrugged it off and just said, that was not my best. I will be back. Not a problem. I will do better.
And I almost get the sense from her, obviously she'd be happy to win. But I think if she had any idea what Laurel's numbers were, she kind of probably assumed she wouldn't. I got the sense from her that she's just happy to go to contests.
Yes.
It almost gives her an excuse to go to another one,
yes.
Which is a really fun thing. And ultimately for Prudence, who's not probably going to come in the money at the 4th anyway, that's a great person to have on the circuit. To be great, we
happy to
go to more
here.
contests.
Yeah,
great,
absolutely. But circling back to Laurel,
huge.
I thought it was amazing the stat that OJ pointed out. In that Laurel and Adrian Morgan are the only 2 people to qualify for from a qualifier. Right, so it doesn't include Joey, so on. every single year had won a qualifier since the gender split in competitive eating. So
was there a year Badlands wasn't there?
Yes.
Well, that's tough to think of.
He still was there and like
But
performed,
still, I
but
don't
didn't
like it.
qualify. Yeah. So Adrian and Laurel, 9 qualifiers. It's been 9 roads to Coney. So, which is pretty amazing, and especially Laurel, who's someone, you know, I go back to our first year going to Coney as fans, and Kate immediately just loving Laurel's energy, the purple gloves, the personality, and she's almost one of those people where there are people in competitive eating who we fall in love with that don't have the best eating ability, but you like them for their character and their enthusiasm, but she can eat too.
Yeah.
You know, again, on a tough day, she's eating 18. She's also someone that has come in and said, I'm retired, I'm not retired, I come in, you know. So, congrats to Laurel, her 9th qualifying victory, her 9th time. I don't know if it's her 9th time at Nathan's. I didn't fact check that. I don't know if she was eating beforehand.
OJ will put it in the headline for our new episode.
But yeah, congrats to Laurel.
Big congrats. Could not just love to see her around.
And I guess last, the other notable thing at the contest was Ed Cookie Jarvis was there.
That's right.
Legend in competitive eating.
Well, I've never seen him IRL before.
Neither have I.
Oh, okay.
Neither have I. And it was a bummer. We didn't get to chat with him.
No.
He's a Long Island boy himself. I don't know born and raised, but I'm almost positive he lives here now. But it's cool because Cookie was one of those people pre and during the Kobayashi era that would win a lot of these like side contests that like Kobayashi wasn't going to, and again beforehand he was the #1 eater. He was the person to beat, and he had his patented jean jacket with tails.
No, it's past a jean jacket. It's a trench.
Yeah, it's a coat. It's a proper coat. And so he, for anyone who doesn't know Cookie, he has all of his championships embroidered on this denim trench coat all the way down, and then I forget what he has on his arms, like the qualifying years of Nathan's or something,
and then there's
or
like
world
the,
records or something.
Then there's the like challenges on one.
Yeah,
arm, I think. Yeah, it's insane. It's truly insane because like on the front there's also like a not even almost like an airbrush picture of him on the front.
Yeah, there's something.
It's truly bizarre. Like respect to him as like a forefather in this, but like it's a fucking sorry, Mrs. Sullivan. It's a fucking bizarre jacket.
So we didn't get to get too close to it. Fortunately, unfortunately.
No, I mean, fortunately, just because we probably would have been there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Being like, what? But unfortunately, because people do speak highly of him in the world. CL has like nothing but like he's an interesting guy you should talk to say about him. But love as we do, because we do see him often, and especially on the City Field qualifier, we love to see the commish. Obviously, to come out. So like, it's nice to see, the previous generation. Obviously, much respect to the Commissioner Uncle Charles. He's out more often, but like, it's just cool to see the previous sort of worlds like still come back and really, really support.
Especially when you see the 30 for 30 and like other documentaries too, you see these characters, these people, these personalities.
Also, I've just remembered. I really want to see Uncle Charles.
Oh yeah, hopefully he'll be at Citi Field.
Yeah,
and on the 4th, we'll see. So it was a blast going out there. Easy for us. We had a nice little work from home day. Well, I had a nice little work from home day. You were off,
chilling.
We scooted out there, got back, went to work the next day, and we were back on.
And no one knew the wiser.
Absolutely.